Hi guys, Smith here, welcome to the 4th round of the AOR GT3 Elite League, and today I'm at Sakitto, which is also known as Suzuka. Now, last round at Road America I finished in 3rd position, got my first podium in this Elite League, which obviously was very satisfying to get your first podium in the top division of the GT3 League. Obviously the other league is the Pro League, which is the 2nd division. Yeah, so to get my first podium in the top league was obviously very nice, but coming on to today's circuit, Sakitto, obviously I've mentioned before I don't like this track. Previously, at the end of the Road America video, I don't like this track. I've just never liked it. I think for some people this is one of their favourite tracks, but for me, especially the first sector, I don't really like at all. And you know, I think it'll never change Suzuka. My opinion on Suzuka, even if I say won a race here at Suzuka, it'd never change. I just don't like the track. And but yeah, hopefully I can get a good result here today. I mean, you know, it's just one of those tracks. If you don't make mistakes, then you can maybe get a good result. But I always seem to not really go well round here every time I race, even if it's in open wheel. It's just not the track that I like. But coming towards the end of this qualifying lap anyway, entering Spoon, now exiting the second corner of Spoon. Okay exit, already in 4th position, done a 1:41.4 I believe, so that put me in provisional 4th place, but I'm really just trying to keep a hold of that 4th place, maybe improve. I don't know what Tam has done, as Jordan has jumped me into 4th, so I'm down to 5th, heading through this right-hander, no final chicane, so flat out 5th gear, now shift up to 6th in a minute, and towards the line, and I do a 1:41.2, which put me in 4th position. Not bad. My personal best was a 40.7, but I just didn't feel the pace in this qualifying session to do that sort of time, so especially in the first sector I didn't really feel as confident as I did in practice, but I'll take a 41.2. It was closest I've been to pole all season, so obviously an improvement, which is pleasing. But anyway, green lights go out, lights out, away we go here for the 4th round of the season. T6 Bullet had a fantastic start to jump me into 4th. Now Learbot as well, great start round the outside, but he's in 5th, I'm in 6th. Run onto the curb a little bit, forced me a little bit wide, but not too much, as I have to brake early because of a little bit of contact. And down into 8th position, the two McLarens are side by side. Then Jordan goes off into the gravel, so up into 7th. Living Dead has gone from last to 8th position, so he's gained 3 places. He's putting me under pressure, and I'm going to try and put Stevie under pressure as he runs a little bit wide. Obviously just trying to hope and force him into a mistake. Hopefully he does, but really, obviously not really an opportunity to overtake in this middle part of the circuit, obviously really narrow, so trying to follow him round, as I think some cars are maybe a little bit breaking away already, but I can't really seem to get the power towards him, as he seems to be pulling away ever so slightly, as Living Dead is also catching a little bit. But heading into the first part of Spoon, go wide a little bit, miss the apex. Now the second part of Spoon, quite closer to the apex, so trying to get a good exit out of the second part of Spoon, down towards 130R, well up towards 130R is this little hill here. Now left-hander, you have to shift down 1 gear, can't take it really flat out, otherwise you'll run onto the runoff. Now there's no final chicane, so flat out again, really through this part, right-hander, down the hill, and really trying to get some slipstream on Stevie on lap 2 now of this race, and then brake in between the 100 and the 50, and I turn in and just lose the car, and I don't really know what happened there, I've got to say. So obviously waiting for everyone to go past, as they do, and down into last position, so that was very disappointing. I was going to say the start was actually quite good, having not lost many places, but Jordan and Freakster have contact, so that puts me into 9th position, so that's good, but obviously I've got to try and catch up with Living Dead and Stevie, as Learbot's on the grass, so up into 8th position, now on lap 9 of this endurance race, and Living Dead goes a bit onto the grass and then he comes back onto the track, and a little bit of a tap, but obviously not too affecting of my race or anything. But Living Dead's gone into the pits, and I'm really racing Living Dead for this race. It's maybe racing Troy and Stevie as well if I can catch up to them. But on lap 16 I'm into the pits for the first time this season. I haven't even pitted this season, but I decided to pit because in practice I did practice and the rear tyres were dropping off in temperature, so I felt that it would be worth it to pit. I think it took me about 20 seconds, 25 seconds in the pit stop, but Living Dead, who pitted on lap 11, got that undercut of about 6 laps, was only gained about a second and a half, so he was in clear air and he's not gained too much, so hopefully his tyres should be worse at the end. Theoretically they should, but you never really know, as he does lock up the tyres there, heading in towards turn 2 now, and get a little bit out of shape on the exit of turn 2 to turn 3 and 4 I believe, and I lose the car. And yeah, that was the story of this race. Now you'll see again, lose the car in the same place and the lap after, and then lap 21 again, and then I lose it again. Thankfully I save it the second time and it's only a half spin, but the car, I don't know why, because I wasn't even having problems with this turn for the first like 18 laps, and then as soon as it got dark the car just seemed to sort of struggle. I don't know if it was because I was taking it too cautiously and it affected it when I affected the car when I run over the bump, as I'll get again, lose the car again, run onto the curb and really forced me wide, and I spun the car. So that was on lap 25 and I was just losing so much time to Living Dead again. 26 spin again, and it was just a story of the race. It's so really obviously embarrassing, you know, to see me spin all these times, but I had no problem around any other part of the track except for this turn, and this turn 3 and 4, I don't know which it is, turn 3 or turn 4, but it had a bump and the bump could force your car to spin, so I think maybe it's because I was taking it too cautiously which put me in that position. But now I passed Troy because Troy didn't decide to stop and his tyres had absolute gone, and thankfully I didn't spin into Troy because that's what I was actually thinking about if I lose the car. But thankfully after lap 27 I didn't lose the car in that turn again, and coming towards the line now to finish in 7th position. Obviously very disappointing race. I think if I never have done them 6th or 7th spins, you'll have to tell me because I didn't even know how many times I spun. It was so bad I lost count. But if I never have spun that so many times, I think I'd have maybe finished, well, I'd have definitely finished near them, but I think maybe, you never know, it's easy to say after the event, but I think maybe I could have finished in between. But you know, they were squabbling and I know they had a really good fight, so I think I really maybe could have gained one more position, but I'll take 7th. Hopefully next race in Spain will be better for me. I think this is a track that I like. I've always liked Catalonia. I've always, it's a track I've always liked. Even any car I've driven, it's a track that it's just one of my favourites. So anyway, hopefully I can get a good result and not spin 7 times. But anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye.